Hi, I'm Colonel Lance Tomlinson.
I'm Command Sergeant Major Nate Butchko, and we're the command team for 428 Field Artillery Brigade.
Today, we're going to talk a little bit about holistic health and fitness, and really how we focus on cadre and permanent party, which is the brigade's #1 priority.
Hello everyone, I am Captain Dietrich, and I am a part of the H2F Mental and Sleep Readiness team. Today we're going to be discussing how to maintain your mental and sleep readiness while you're away at holiday block leave. Holiday block leave is an opportunity to spend a safe and enjoyable holiday season with family members while upholding the highest standards of conduct. Today we will be covering the following topics to assist you to stay mentally fit and to return successfully to BCT. While transitioning from a civilian to a trainee and eventually a soldier, we are expected to adopt and maintain good habits and to limit the unproductive ones. Since nearly 40% of our day is driven by habit, it is crucial that you're aware of this and try to maintain the helpful ones that you have learned through BCT. Although it's not expected you maintain perfect habits, it is important to keep a reasonable left and right limit. Some major areas to maintain during HBL include your sleep. So you really want to maintain that regular sleep routine without the large deviations in time from when you go to sleep and when you wake up. In terms of nutrition, you want to eat mindfully. Eat balanced meals, apply the information given to you later in this presentation from the registered dietitian. With physical training, keep your body moving. Utilize the PT plan that will be provided to you at the end of the presentation. With substances, avoid excessive caffeine, avoid nicotine use, and if you're of legal drinking age and you choose to partake in its consumption, make sure to drink responsibly. You do need to keep in mind that upon return, 100% urinalysis will be conducted, so make sure you are aware of those banned substances and you try to avoid them. Try to keep a routine similar to that of Army basic combat training so that you can make the return an easier transition. We really want you to come back and finish BCT strong. Going back home may cause some increased stress due to some changing routines and traveling. We are going to provide you some relaxation and stress management strategies you may want to incorporate. So being active and working out can really help get endorphins flowing and increase your overall mood. You can spend time with family and friends who boost your mood. It's okay to have some decompression time if you find yourself a little bit overwhelmed with some of that social interaction. And you can also work on meditation and mindset. This can help you come back to BCT with a positive outlook on completing your training. Do things that make you happy, whether that's indoors, outdoors, with people, or alone. This can look different to different people. And it's okay to spend time on yourself and utilize self-care. Sleep can be a great way for you to relax and manage stress. And we'll discuss that in later slides. And if you encounter a high stress event in that moment where you need to find that you need to cool down, you can benefit from deep breathing, visualization, or picturing your happy place, temporarily removing yourself from a situation, and going for a walk to clear your head. We also want to make sure that we maintain a productive mindset. Returning home from BCT can come with its share of surprises. You may envision a smooth transition, reuniting with friends, catching up on old times, and slipping back into your previous routine with ease. But being realistic is important, and sometimes life has other plans. Friends may have their own busy schedules or commitments, and it may not be quite what you expected, so be flexible to these changes. You might find that you can connect with some friends, but not all of them, and while BCT has you away, life did continue for everyone back home. So even if your holiday block leave doesn't match your initial expectations, staying flexible and enjoying the moment can help you make the most of your holiday block leave. While you're away, don't underestimate the power of sleep. The Center for Disease Control actually recommends you get about 7 to 8 hours This is important for a variety of reasons, including that sleep regulates our hunger hormones. And those hormones actually give our body the proper signals to tell when we're hungry or full. We want to keep that in mind, especially when we're surrounded by a lot of yummy holiday food this season. Also, sleep can regulate your human growth hormone and testosterone, and that actually helps with repairing soft tissue and restoring the body. We know that your body has gone through a lot during basic combat training, and you really should try to use this time to help it recover. And lastly, it promotes immunity, which is crucial during the winter months when colds and flus run rampant. Another tidbit is that it helps keep your mind sharp for sound decision making. You can see how all of these above functions are necessary for those rigors that are placed on your body and mind while you're at BCT. Now that we know why sleep is important, let's talk about how we can obtain good sleep. So in regards to our environment, you want to aim for a dark, cool, and quiet place. You want to avoid large deviations from your current schedule because your body is used to a certain schedule. With screens, you want to avoid them about 1 hour before bed, and that is because the lights that are shining into our eyes tell us it's time to wake up. Just like when the sun comes up, it tells us it's time to be awake. Substances, you want to avoid things like caffeine 6 hours before bed because this is a stimulant and this will keep you awake. Nicotine is also known as a stimulant, and you want to avoid that about 4 hours before bed. In regards to alcohol, avoid that about 4 hours before bed as well. And one thing that can help you decompress and get your mind calmer from the day is to develop a pre-sleep routine. And this is just to tell you, hey, it's time for bed. These things can include dimming the lights, listening to some calm music, and using some relaxation strategies. As you head into your holiday block leave, remember to keep these H2F mental readiness and sleep tips in mind. We want you to prioritize your well-being, stay mindful of your mental health, and most importantly, enjoy your holiday block leave.
Hi, I am Lieutenant Smith. I am a registered dietitian. It is my job to provide you the knowledge and tools to help you succeed and empower you to make your own informed decisions. I am not telling you what to eat or how to eat it. This presentation simply provides recommendations based on evidence-based research. You can have your cake and eat it too. Just know how to balance and apply moderation and mindfulness. The main takeaways from this presentation are to not skip meals. Make sure you're eating at least 3 times a day, whether it's a small meal or snack, and making sure you're staying hydrated throughout the holiday block leave, and making sure you're having a protein with each meal. All right, now we'll get started. Healthy eating while traveling. So here we have some food examples of things you can have while traveling. It is possible to eat healthy while traveling. You don't necessarily have to go to get fast food. You can get these food items at the convenient grocery store. And also, I have a list of the shelf-stable food items that you can have on you if you're going via a plane. So you can take these and save money, and then also be better planned out for your meals. Now, if you're driving or riding in a car, you can have some meals that may need to be in a cooler. So having one of those is helpful with ice in it. You can also get that at the grocery store. And then when you're driving through, if you need to heat up something, you can go in the gas station and use their microwave. Visualize the plate method. We discussed the different athletes' plates while you were here in basic training. The easy training weight management plate would be one to follow while you are away from basic training due to the decrease in your activities. Reality, you're probably not ruck marching or doing obstacle course, land navigation, or marching everywhere you go while you're at home with your loved ones. However, this plate will be sufficient while you conduct physical training and your activities of daily living. You can adjust as needed. So the easy training weight management plate consists of 1/4 of the plate to have a protein, 1/4 of the plate to have whole grain, and half of the plate to be fruits and vegetables. So an example of a meal for breakfast, you can do an omelet, which will meet all those components with the egg and the vegetables in there, so a veggie omelet. And you can do toast on the side. If you choose not to do an omelet, you can do just 1/4 of your plate can be protein, so egg or meat. Another 1/4 can be grits or whole grain rice. And then half of the plate can be carrots, celery, tomatoes, or even salsa. So that's a breakfast idea. For lunch and dinner, you can do 1/4 of the plate to be either chicken or fish or some other meat. 1/4 of the plate, whole grain, can be a sweet potato or rice. And then half of your plate can be either a salad or some other vegetables and fruit. So those are an example there. Another thing we want you to be aware of is mindful eating. While you were here in basic training, everything was rush hurry, 15 minutes per meal. But while you're at home, we encourage you to eat slowly and enjoy your meals. Studies have shown that when you eat slowly, it gives your brain time to register that you are full and you actually end up eating less. Tips for dining out. Okay, so whether you're eating in a restaurant or if you're ordering through a food delivery service such as Grubhub, DoorDash, or Postmates, make sure you're reading the menus online to kind of meet your nutrition needs. And if you're eating in the restaurants, you can just go ahead and get a to-go box, and that will help prevent you from not only wasting food, but don't feel obligated to clean your plate. And with that to-go box, you can take the rest of it home. If you're eating in the restaurant, you can take what you didn't eat home. If you're eating with another person, you can share the entree with that person. Not only will that help you save money, but also spare you some of the extra calories by doing that. You can also try to see if you can get the appetizer as the main meal. Be mindful that calories add up in the beverages that you choose. You can have a fun beverage, however, try opting for more water throughout the day, which does not have any calories in it. Just drinking some of these drinks shown on the slide throughout the day, overall, it can lead to over 1,300 calories if we're not aware of how many calories are in our drinks. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so here we have some anti-inflammatory foods in the different categories of fruits, vegetables, fats, whole grains, and spices. And these foods not only can help our bodies recover from injury and pain, but they can also help our mental status if we're feeling sad or depressed. So eating these foods can kind of boost us into feeling a little bit better physically and mentally. Specifically, look for foods high in vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin C, probiotics, fiber, and omega-3. Okay, so here we have some foods associated with inflammation. So like your sugary foods, refined carbohydrates, fried foods, red and processed meats, trans fat, excessive alcohol, artificial additives, and dairy products if you're lactose intolerant or sensitive to casein. These foods can lead to inflammation. If you find a delay or decline in your performance or healing, you may also want to try reducing these foods and focus more on anti-inflammatory foods. All right, so along with eating habits, let's go over other habits that are prevalent within the military population. Alcohol, widely consumed among service members, can decrease your performance and lead to poor sleep quality. So know the proper serving size, and this is for only if you're 21 years or older. So for females, it is 1 drink, and for males, it is no more than 2 drinks. And each serving has 14 grams of alcohol. So a serving of beer is 12 ounces, wine is 5 ounces, and a shot of either vodka, gin, rum, or tequila is 1.5 ounces. So you're probably wondering, why should I limit alcohol? 1, alcohol is metabolized as a fat. So there's 7 calories per gram. Keep in mind, even a single drink may affect your reflexes for several hours. If you plan to drink, keep your holidays merry for everyone by designating a driver who won't be drinking, or you can call Lyft or Uber. Also, know that alcohol can not only delay in healing and performance, but also slow the metabolism. Because it is a toxin and the body has to eliminate it first before using other nutrients for energy. All right, so here we have the biological effects of calorie restriction/starvation. Under eating, you may initially see some weight loss before the brain senses this as a threat. So long-term under eating can lead to your increased hunger hormones. Then the body tries to preserve itself. Then you'll see the heart rate will drop, body temperature decreases. This is also a sign of anemia. Then the digestive system will begin to slow down. Your metabolism drops. Your reproductive system shuts down and decreases. Testosterone in men and women may lose their menstrual cycle. So severe calorie restriction, starvation can lead to muscle loss, weakened bones, delay in healing and performance, and hair loss. So these are things that we want to be mindful of, so make sure that you are eating and not skipping meals. Here we have choosing a safe supplement. Here we have the Operation Supplement Safety website, which you can go to, and it also provides a prohibited list of supplements. It allows you to look up specific supplements. It also provides a high-risk supplement list. These may be supplements that aren't illegal or contain banned ingredients, but they may have an associated health risk. So you want to avoid these items on your food. Hemp seeds and poppy seeds are linked to a false positive on your urine analysis. These items can also be found in lotions and soaps, so be mindful of that. A lot of times they're baked in muffins and brownies and bagels as well. So just know, so that way when you come back from holiday block leave, you're successful in your urine analysis and not testing positive for these substances. Also, be mindful that CBD and THC are also linked to true positive urine analysis. And even if you're not smoking or around someone who smokes marijuana, these items can also be in lotions and food products as well, depending on what state you're in. So just be mindful of that so you can keep your military career when you come back. These are some tips on how to combat certain environments where you're eating and you're away from home. You may not have much control whether you're attending a party or someone else's house. Eat mindfully and be thankful for good food, family, and being together, which is what the holidays are all about.
Hey guys, this is Chaplain Beverly Aguilar, the battalion chaplain for 122 Never 2nd Battalion. And I'm here with my battle buddy.
Hey, this is Chaplain Tim McMeans, chaplain for the 179 Victory Battalion. And Chaplain Aguilar and I want to give you some ideas and resources for staying spiritually ready and resilient while you're home on HBL. Now, hopefully you're looking forward to be able to connect with the people back home over the holidays. While many of these opportunities are good and rewarding, some can be potentially negative or harmful. Maybe you're going home to a relationship that is uncertain. Maybe you're concerned about the unrealistic expectations of friends and family. Speaking of friends and family, maybe there are some people back home who have unhealthy habits. Maybe you're worried about those people influencing you in a negative way. Or maybe you're anxious because the holidays often give us an excuse to spend money, get into debt, and take on a financial burden that is overwhelming. Our goal here today is to give you the resources to be able to confidently counter these disruptive habits. The Army gives you the tools to fight and win our nation's wars, and we want you to be able to win the personal battles and challenges that you may experience over the holidays.
So what matters the most? In the words of General George Marshall, the soldier's heart, the soldier's spirit, the soldier's soul are everything. These powerful words remind us that the true strength in a soldier extends beyond physical abilities and tactical expertise. It is rooted in a deep connection to one's inner self. As we embark on a transformative journey to explore how we can nurture and sustain our souls through spiritual readiness, practice, and connections and purpose.
So what are the steps to being spiritually ready and resilient? I think they're found in the answers to the 4 following questions. Number 1, what is your spiritual path? That path might include things like faith, belief, or a certain worldview. The Army uses the term end state to visualize the result or objective that we are seeking to achieve. Is the path that you are on taking you towards your personal end state? What gives my life meaning and purpose? That's question number 2. I often ask the people that I counsel, what do you want to be known for? If your life could be summed up in a single sentence, what would you hope it would be? We have to define the things that are important to us in order to work toward those ideals. Question number 3, to whom do I feel most spiritually connected? You may have heard the term iron sharpens iron. Are you surrounded by people who encourage you to live out your values and goals, or are you surrounded by people who encourage negativity and counterproductive behavior? We encourage you to find others who share your values and discipline so that you stay motivated and focused on what is important. And lastly, question number 4, what are my most effective spiritual practices? Maybe you've heard the phrase, talk is cheap. Some people talk a big game, but their habits and discipline are not aligned accordingly. What specific habits and activities do you participate in that authenticate the message that you have mentally and verbally established for yourself?
So here I will share some drills that you can apply to keep moving forward in your transformative journey of soul caring. Drill number 1. So take a moment to focus on one special aspect of your faith or belief or anything that inspires hope. For instance, I reflect on what the love of God in my life, how He loves me regardless of who I am. Another drill would be to visualize how this belief shapes your identity and guides you toward a hopeful future. For instance, I know that my future looks bright when I put my trust in that God that I have hope in. And another reflection would be to just reflect during the weekend and identify a core value you want to develop. For instance, commit to nurturing the value in your daily actions. Spiritual practices is integrating into our routines a crucial part to sustain our soul. Another drill for that would be start your day with 2 to 20 minutes of dedicated prayer, meditation, or quiet reflection. Drill 2. Throughout the day, recite a mantra or a scripture that resonates with you. Let it guide you through your challenges, or words of affirmation like I am capable, I am able. Another drill would be to spend 5 minutes now or 30 minutes this weekend engaging with sacred or inspirational texts that uplift you. Spiritual connections. So remember, we're not alone in our journeys. So building connections with others who share our values can deepen our spiritual lives. Drill 3 will be conduct a brief squad huddle or check on your battle buddies. Text them. Let them know, hey, via Snapchat, a little video of showing them how you're doing and how they're doing. Drill 3, share your cares and concerns with your spiritual battle buddies. Make a phone call to foster that supportive community. Or hang out with positive people who encourage you. For instance, I will go to Bible study on Friday so I could be with like-minded battle buddies. Drill 3, to reflect on a lesson from a spiritual mentor and how it applies in your life today. For instance, I always call my spiritual mentor and let them know how I'm doing. Even if I'm doing bad, they somehow have a way to empower me to keep moving and get back on my feet. Number 4 would be spiritual purpose. So understand that you have a purpose and remember what brings meaning to your life. The last 2 drills will be spend 10 minutes reflecting on one discovery that gives you purpose. What impacts you? What keeps you going? And drill number 4, write down immediate and future steps you can take. Have a journal. Start journaling your goals, your baby steps. Take everything day by day. And just visualize your path forward and define actionable steps to align with your purpose.
All right, so what is spiritual readiness? Let me read a quote for you. Spiritual readiness is the connection that gives meaning and purpose to the core values, beliefs, and identity unique to you, but common to all. Whether you are religious or not, it enables your resilience in times of stress, hardship, and tragedy. There are 6 traits that we think will help nurture your spiritual readiness and resilience. Number 1, be grateful. The holidays often give us additional reasons to be thankful for what we have been given. It's a great reminder to be intentional about being thankful and to not take what we have for granted. Number 2, serve others. Often as members of the military, we hear people tell us, "Thank you for your service." Hopefully that service is not just tied to who we are in uniform, but in an authentic lifestyle that we embody as a core value of who we are at all times. Number 3, overcome challenges. Adversity can be overwhelming, but a disciplined approach can transform how we engage the obstacles in our life. A ruck march is completed one step at a time. Rifle marksmanship is a series of individual trigger pulls. We encourage you to look at the obstacles that you face in a similar way. Number 4, forgive yourself and others. Nothing can sabotage our success and peace like bitterness and resentment. When you are mad at yourself for a past failure or at someone else for something they did, there's freedom found in forgiveness. That doesn't mean you pretend like it didn't happen, just that you have decided that it will not continue to negatively affect your future achievements and emotional peace. Number 5, live your values. What specific habits, practices, and discipline are you engaging in on a daily basis to put your values into action? This also means identifying some of the negative habits and temptations, maybe even the people that you need to avoid. Like the saying goes, failing to plan is planning to fail. And lastly, number 6, connecting with something greater. As a Christian, I use my faith in God to help me establish my meaning and purpose in life. What helps you establish that in your life, for you as an individual? Are you connected with something or someone outside yourself that helps you transcend your own limitations and experiences into something greater?